Do you want to live in Joe Biden and Beto O'Rourke's America? Or President Donald Trump's America, which enshrines and guarantees your right to own a gun and, yes, use it to defend yourself? I don't need your permission or your sanctimonious condemnation as to why I should or shouldn't have a gun. I own guns because it's my right. It's my Second Amendment right. And neither you nor anyone in Washington gave me that right. It's a God-given natural right that's confirmed by the very people who founded this nation. They're coming, and this might just be the one thing, more than anything else, that raises the alert that they're coming for your gun. This week, New York Attorney General Letitia James sued 4 officials of the National Rifle Association and the NRA itself in what is a classic fraud case, a civil lawsuit alleging misuse of funds, leaders exploiting their positions for personal benefit, expensive meals, travel on private jets, vacations, which, if true, is an outrage. But AG James is not a prosecutor. There's no indictment, no jail time. But she is calling for and demanding the dissolution of the NRA. So what's this about? Permit me to set the table. Letitia James ran to become New York State Attorney General in 2019 on a left-wing platform of Trump hate. Another central theme of her campaign, the promise to prosecute the NRA. But now, of course, she says her charges have nothing to do with politics. Thank God for honest politicians, huh? Folks, this is a classic civil fraud lawsuit brought by one state AG that seeks the dissolution of the largest and most influential pro-gun Second Amendment organization in the nation. An attempt on her part to take down and silence the strongest voice in America on the Second Amendment gun rights. Yet another attempt by the cancel culture clan to erase an organization that is the #1 training group in America on firearm safety. Consider this. She says the NRA, an organization supportive of mostly Republican candidates targeted for takedown by a liberal leftist Democrat within 90 days of a presidential election, has nothing to do with her personal opinion. Really? Since when do we take down a whole organization because of alleged fraud by some of the leadership? As DA, I prosecuted and convicted an employee for stealing a significant amount of money for personal use from his organization. Should I have then moved to dissolve the organization from which he stole? The guiding eyes for the blind? Should I have closed it, to use her words regarding the NRA, because it was a breeding ground for greed?
It's clear that the NRA has been failing to carry out its stated mission for many, many years, and instead has operated as a breeding ground for greed, abuse, and brazen illegality.
Should I have told the blind in Westchester, I can't allow this organization to continue because it's a breeding ground for greed? Of course not. If the parish priest gets prosecuted, should we shut down the church? Is this lawsuit really about justice? If you think so, I got a gun to sell you. Folks, if they can do this to the nation's largest and most powerful gun group, think about what they can do to you. Think I'm exaggerating? Take a listen to Joe Biden's point man on gun control, Beto O'Rourke.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47.
So, we're in the middle of a pandemic, civil unrest, anarchy at our door, literal burning of churches and courthouses in America, anti-American hate, flag hating, religious desecration, police defunding, departments burning, children murdered as they sit in their strollers, and the top cop in New York wants to civilly sue and dissolve the NRA. While there's an all-out assault on our democracy and our way of life, the next time a liberal, leftist-loving progressive tells you you shouldn't have a gun or that you can't use it to defend yourself or your property, tell them this: Tell them I don't need your permission or your sanctimonious condemnation as to why I should or shouldn't have a gun. I own guns because it's my right. It's my Second Amendment right. And neither you nor anyone in Washington gave me that right. It's a God-given natural right that's confirmed by the very people who founded this nation. And I don't want to hear about your Trump-hating, leftist gun-hating, flag-hating, capitalism-hating nonsense. It's time to go back to being unafraid, to go back to the Constitution, and to go back to the America that our founding fathers would actually recognize. You have 86 days to decide. Think hard. Your life may depend on it.